Welcome back, beautiful beings. It's Denise. Today we're going to be making a little Christmas journal, but I wanted to show you who the artist is, Norman Rockwell. Okay, he was an American painter and illustrator, and he also did the illustration for Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Okay, and I'm going to be using 4 of his prints today, and I got them from thenavagepatch.com. If you go to her site, buy her a cup of coffee, you can print out her beautiful illustrations of his artwork. Okay, and I'm going to be gluing them down on a Ritz cracker box. Okay, I just took the paint, went around, and I did the sides and made sure they're all nice and painted up, and I did the spine too. Then I covered it with Mod Podge so the paint wouldn't chip or get marked up. Okay, and I wanted holes for fabric, so I just took these, put them together, and took my puncher and went whoosh, like that, and made the holes. And this is a size puncher. It's a bigger one. I think you can get this at Dollar Tree, but watch for the sizes because they're different sizes. Okay, this one's got a big hole punch. All right, so once I get these glued down, I'll be using 4 of them. Okay, beautiful beings, I forgot to tell you, I went around the edges of these with the paint all the way around, so it blended right in with this paint when I glue them down. Okay, alright, beautiful beings, I just wanted to show you what I was doing. I'm putting a little bit of Mod Podge all around the edges. Okay, just a tiny bit where the paint was. Then of course I'm gonna have to get the baby powder out so it don't stick. As you see in my last video of the makings of a Christmas journal, one of my doilies stuck because I forgot to do, well, I didn't know then about the baby powder trick. Okay, and it kind of ripped the doily. So I'll just take a little bit of baby powder over the garbage. I'll go like that with my fingers, and I'll go down them like this. Okay, with the baby powder once they're dry. That way it shouldn't stick to anything. Okay? Okay, beautiful beings, I just wanted to share this with you. I was looking at this and I'm like, that's not Norman Rockwell. So I looked up the picture, which is called Wipeout on Skis, and I found it under the Saturday Evening Post. Okay, the artist born George Melvin Erickson on January 31st, 1883 in St. Paul, Minnesota. The parents of John Matilda Erickson painted post covers under the brush name Eugene Ivard. The story goes that George Erickson told his brother Carl that he was going to become famous artist one day, and when this happens, he would make the name Eugene Ivard famous. Ivard was Carl's middle name, which Carl disliked, and to make his brother feel better, George would take Carl's middle name and add it to another friend's name, Eugene, another unpopular name according to Carl. George would put them together and create his new alter ego, Eugene Ivard. So I just wanted you to know that this picture is not from Norman Rockwell, it's from Eugene Ivard or George Melvin Erickson. Okay, I just wanted to give him credit for it. Okay, beautiful beings, I thought all these were from Norman Rockwell, but then I discovered they weren't. So here's, this one's called The Toy Maker. Okay, it's from the Saturday Evening Post, and it was made by Leyendecker Okay, J.C. Leyendecker. His full name was Joseph Christian Leyendecker. Okay. Joseph Christian Leyendecker, March 23rd, 1874 through July 25th, 1955, or 51, was a German-American illustrator considered one of the preeminent American illustrators of the early 20th century. He's best known for his poster book advertising illustration, the trade character known as the Arrow Collar Man, and his numerous covers for the Saturday Evening Post. Between 1896 and 1950, he painted more than 400 magazine covers during the golden age of American illustration for the Saturday Evening Post alone. He produced 322 covers and many advertisement illustrations for its interior pages. No other artist until the arrival of Norman Rockwell 2 decades later was so solidly identified with one publication. He virtually invented the whole idea of modern magazine design. Okay? I just wanted to give him credit. Okay, beautiful beings. I wanted to add some snow here to this. So I'm using Elena's glue. And I'm just going to put glue here and there. Okay, now I'm going to add some Mod Podge. So I'll put some baby powder on this, just with my finger, same thing. Over the garbage, I'll take 2 fingers and go like this. And then I'll just softly go over that when it's dry. Okay, beautiful beings. It's pretty much dry. It takes a while to dry, so now I want to start on this side so I can get going on the pocket files to put in it. Okay? So I just want to put a little bit of snow here and there. And then I'll go over it with Mod Podge. Okay, beautiful beings. I have a piece of scrap here. And all I'm going to do is, I got it from my scrap pile for long things. I clip them all together so in case I can use them on something. And I'm just going to do this. Make sure it's on the end. Hold it in place. Come over here. Oh, I just moved it. I felt it. I felt it. I kind of want it all the way up. Now I'm going to hold it in place. And I'm going to mark it. Sorry, I had a marker in my mouth. The lid. Then we're going to cut that off. And we're going to make sure it's straight. See if it fits. That down there for the spine of the journal. Then we're just gonna very carefully so we don't chip the paint, go in a little bit and clip that. Okay. Just clip that off. Then I had this piece of scrap. This is the only piece I had left before I bought more, but I don't even think I bought the right stuff. I got this stuff, but it's pretty much mesh, so you can see through it. So I'm good. So I have some kind of silver because this was my last piece of silver, and I like silver for Christmas. Silver and gold, you know that song? Silver and gold. But I'm gonna sew this in, all right? So I'm gonna make sure this is right, and then I'm gonna cut this off right there. And I'm gonna sew this in, probably down and up on the sides, okay? And then on this side, I'm gonna show you that dried. Here's our snowman with his little snow on him, and I put some on the boy, just a little bit, because he is the one making the snowman, and of course he's gonna get snow on him. But see, Grandpa Snowman has little twinkle of snow on him. Then on this spine and the inside, I'm going to do the same thing and sew this down. So I want to glue this one because it won't be as messy as that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put glue right on the bend. Okay? I'm just putting a little bit on both sides on the bend. Then I'm going to put this one up here, lined up, right? And I'm making sure it's on both, but I'm going to sew it because I don't think it's going to hold. You know, bending it like this. See how it comes up? Like there. I'm going to sew it, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay? You can hand sew it. If you don't want to do it that way, you don't have to. You could put it in. On this one, I'm just doing it that. And then I forgot to take the wire out, so let's do that. Oh, if you have wire, you have an option. Take it out, leave it in, whatever you want to do. And I'm taking it out. Okay, so after I sew this and this on the inside, I'll be back. Okay, beautiful things. I made a long side pocket, just a little tuck right here. But before I do that, I want to glue this down. This is going to be on the front, and it's not going to be. It's going to be on. Not going to be on the bend. Okay, so I'm going to put it just like that. Okay. And I'm just going to try to put the glue here, right along that stitch. Remember, it's not on the bend. Just make sure you can see. And I'm just going to, I left leverage. I made it a little longer just in case. And we're gonna put that right in there. And we're gonna go like that so we know it's not on the bend. Okay. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Then, my glue's dripping. All right. Then we're going to add our pocket. Just making sure you can see the whole thing. We're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take our pocket and put it on there. Check it, make sure it's not on the bend. And it's not. Make sure it's straight on the ends and lined up. Then I'll set something on there. And then after that, I'm gonna, oh, I wanted to do that over there. So, how are we gonna do this? I need something sitting on there now. I need something sitting on there. Now, hold it down, because I got it right where I want it, and I just moved it. Put it there. And then I'll just set this here. It's tacky. We're gonna move over here, and I'm just gonna make sure I got the right side. I'm gonna put some glue on each of these dots. I'm gonna start them up here, right there, just like that. Then I'm gonna continue with the glue underneath the ones about where they're gonna be. And then I need to glue there. Okay, and I'll be back when all this is dry. Okay, now we're going to take our eyelets. I punched a hole here. Okay, so I have to punch a hole in this one with my hole puncher to finish the hole. Like so. Then we're going to take our crocodile from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's on the right setting. You can see. We want this on the outside, like that. Okay, so this one goes on the outside, and this is the part that flattens it, so we want this one on the top. And we're just gonna put that in there, and we're gonna squeeze, and voila. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. The top of this goes on the outside, whatever you want, and this goes on the inside, okay? And hopefully I can get past this right here, because I should have done it before, but I forgot. So let's do this. I'm going to tuck that up off that. Remember, we want this on top and that on the bottom to flatten the bottom piece. And we're going to stick that in there just right, and hopefully flatten it down. It's not down in there. There we go. And flatten that. Perfect. Okay. And there we go. But I want to put lace in here. I don't know if I can cover that up or not, but we're gonna have to. Go like this, get it through. Pull that through. Maybe we'll just tie it. I think it'll be all right tied. I think that will work just fine. Just fine, we just tie a knot. Two good knots. And I'm gonna pull this over. So it's like this. So I know they have, I'm making it for one of my friends. So I know she has lots of room to tie it, okay? So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna do the same thing. Do the same thing. I'm just trying to keep that white piece under there so it doesn't get marked up. The other side doesn't get marked up. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. Hopefully you can see this one better. My hand don't get in the way when I tie it. Pull this through like that. And then we're gonna tie two knots. Again. Like that, really tight. Make sure it's really tight. And then another knot. this. Then we're going to bring this over and make sure it's kind of the same length. So we're going to put that here. Okay, and then have this over here like that. Try to make it even, and voila. Okay, can you see that whole thing? Like that. And then we're gonna take a lighter really quick, just so it don't get all fuzzy on the ends. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to these, real quick. See, I didn't do it real quick. It burned it a little. So I'm gonna trim that off. And then I'm gonna do it real quick. There. Like that. And then same thing over here. Now that one's longer. And I want them to match, so I'm gonna trim off a little bit there, and then just take the lighter and get that fray off there, so they don't fray. Okay. So here. And then you can tie it. And she has enough room to make a bow. Okay. Like that. After all the pocket files are inside. Okay. Just give you a close-up of the cover. This is the front of the cover. And this is the back of the cover. And I was thinking about, we're gonna make pockets. In the next video, we're gonna start making pockets and pocket files for this journal, okay? And I know I wrote it in, but I did go over this with gold, just with my finger. I did the edges in gold, okay? Glued that down, and then here's the snow. Maybe this will help you see it better. I don't know if you see it too good. There you go. And the same with the snowman. And the little boy, he's just got some on his shoulder and some on his hat. Okay, and the snowman has it on. And there you go. Okay, and there'll be a part 2 for the pocket files and the tags. Have a wonderful everything.